What's up guys, welcome back to NZ Toy Reviews. You're kicking it with KiwiKoNZ. Today we're going to be looking at the Marvel vs. Capcom 22-inch Bartop arcade by Arcade Gear. Yeah, I picked this one up the other day, so without any other further ado man, let's do this thing. Before we jump into our games, let's have a look around the outside of the cab first, starting with the front. As you can see, I opted for the Marvel vs. Capcom theme, but they have several others, so just ask and they'll be happy to help. Besides the back of the cab, it's completely themed, so at the top, above the marquee, the control panel, the front panel, and both the sides. So the vinyl is a 0.14mm vinyl, which is laminated, so I won't get the color fading issue anytime soon, so that's pretty cool. The entire structure of the cab is made from 15mm plywood. It's not MDF, which is a little bit heavy, but in saying that, it's really sturdy man, structurally sound, and that's what we should be looking for in an arcade cab, especially if we're going to be slamming on it day in and day out. As you can see, our marquee is lit as well, which is a nice little touch for those late night raids or fight nights. Nice. As I did mention, we have a 22-inch ViewSonic TV monitor with two external speakers built into the top of the cab, located at the top of the screen under our marquee there. On the control panel, we have two 5-pound Spanish fighting sticks and 12 MCA buttons. We can also open the control panel for easy access if we ever need to upgrade anything or do some kind of maintenance at any point in time, which is a nice added feature too. On the front panel, we also have 4 MCA buttons, player 1 start and coin buttons, and the same for player 2 on the other side. We also have 2 USB ports for those old school 4-player games like The Simpsons and Ninja Turtles. So that's the front of our cabinet guys. Let's have a look around the sides and around the back. Here on our right side panel, we have our Marvel vs. Capcom artwork and our red power button to turn the system on. I have asked for this button to be moved to a better spot due to it getting hit by accident while playing, which powers the system off again, which is kind of annoying. So before I shot this video, I reached out to Arcade Gear and they asked me to bring the unit back to be modified, which can take up to an hour or so to do, free of charge. Thanks Arcade Gear. So that's our first side guys, let's have a look around the back. Here we have the back of our cabinet, so let's open it up and see what's inside. Now, if you haven't seen the inside of an arcade before, it can be a little bit overwhelming. So in a nutshell, it's basically a computer and monitor combo in one. And for all the savvy tech viewers out there, our built-in PC is running an i5 2400 processor with 4GB of RAM and a 250GB hard drive. But for more information on all the specs, just ask Leo at Arcade Gear and he'll sort you out. He's really helpful. Before we move on, I just wanted to mention the top panel artwork that is slightly seen at the top of our screen there, which is a nice little touch. So that's the back of our arcade guys, let's move on to our last side here. Here we have our left side panel with the continued theme. The artwork is different from our right side panel, making both sides unique, but I think I like the images on this side a little bit more. Moving on. So there we have it guys, the front sides and the back of our Bartop arcade. So let's move on now to consoles and systems. Here we are at the consoles and system side of the video. Now we have over 5,000 games built in, spanning over 50 various systems and consoles. Because of the large amount of consoles and even more games to each console, we'll do a quick video montage of our collection because there's a lot to cover. So let's do this thing. That's the library of just our consoles and systems here. We couldn't cover every single game because that's just crazy, but as I did mention, there are over 5,000 games pre-installed on our PC. So there we have it guys, let's move on now to the demo. Here we are at everyone's favorite part of the video, the demo. Today I'm going to be playing two of my favorite childhood games. Me and my brother had a Sega Master System and a Nintendo Entertainment System growing up, so I hope one of these games are one of your favorites too. First up, Alex Kidd and Miracle World on the Sega Master System. And our last game, Super Mario Bros. On the NES. There we have it, guys, two of my favorite childhood games growing up in the 80s, and that brings us to the end of our demo. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. Moving on now to my final thoughts. First up, the bad news. There are two things that came up since owning the cab. One is the LED lights for the marquee, and the other is the on and off power button. During the making of this review, when we turned the arcade around to shoot the inside of the cab, the lights were dangling down. So as you can see, This was the second time it happened. The first time was a few weeks ago and I tried my hardest to attach them, but as you can see, no luck. But I'm sure if I bring this up to Leo at a KiwiKoNZ Gear, he'll sort it out, no sweat. And for our power button, again, until I find time to take it back there to get it modified, I'll need to try my hardest to avoid this thing at all costs. Because if I'm at a critical point in the game and I press this by accident, man, perfected Super Saiyan Blue straight away, you know what I mean? And now for the good news. I absolutely love the joysticks on here. They're nice and tight, perfect for fighting games, and I'm a huge fan of the old school MCA buttons too. The game selection is great, the plywood construction is tough as nails, which comes in handy for the kids when they have a jam or when the olds come around for a Thrasher Gallagher. For the overall price that I paid for it, it's not too bad. Not to mention, second to none, the customer service and the time frame that they contact you back in if you ever run into any issue is awesome too. Nice job, a KiwiKoNZ Gear, nice job. There we have it, guys, the Marvel vs. Capcom 22-inch Bartop arcade by a KiwiKoNZ Gear. I really appreciate you watching. Don't forget to check out my new channel, the PS Time Machine. I'll leave links in the description. And if you're interested in picking one of these arcades up too, Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell as well so you don't miss out on the next one. And you know what? I'll see y'all on the next NZ toy review. Laters.